joining me. I thought for this episode I would try something a little different and I would talk while I'm working, but I will still be speeding up the tedious parts like gluing and cutting out and whatever, so you don't have to watch me do that. So this is, as you know, if you've watched my last episode, you know this is my new journal, and I just want to show you off camera. I made this pocket. It's made out of a embroidered tablecloth that I have cut apart. I got this at the Goodwill store and I really like it a lot, and I thought I would put my sewing tags that I recently made, where you also can find the video on my channel recently, and all I've done is I've added some charms to these two. So one has this clothes peg, a clothespin, and one has this safety pin. Yeah, I think that's kind of cute. So just for now, I'm going to put these in here just because I didn't want an empty pocket, to be honest. I don't know if they're gonna stay in here or what I will do with these, but at the moment they're in here. So this is the one I've done last time, and what I wanted to do today, and I don't know which spread I'm going to be working on, but what I wanted to do is, here you see the latest Daphne's Diary magazine. This is number 2, 2019. So this came out beginning of March, and as always it has wonderful images. Look at this one, and just gorgeous images. And what I really like is, I might actually try this. So it has these flower doodles here which are meant for coloring, but I think they're also very good to practice some flower doodles, so I might give that a go actually. But what I actually wanted today is here it is. So there's this article about a vintage caravan by Nicole Menegaldo. So I fell in love with these photos, and I know that if I don't take them out, I might never look at them again, because I have passed look at this teacup, I love this so much, because I have past issues, and once I've cut things out and used what I wanted, I don't usually look at them really anymore. So I want to keep these, and I think this journal is perfect for these images. So I'm trying to come up with a way that I can incorporate these. So I'm thinking first thing is to tear them out. So now my huge dilemma is that, where is it? This one, this beautiful teacup that I wanted to have, has this at the same spot on the back side, and now I don't know what do I do, because I love this image as well. Okay, I think I will start by cutting some of the images out and then see what to do next. Okay, so I'm gonna speed this part up while I'm just cutting these things out. Okay, so I'm thinking, what if I make this like a background image, and then these images, and I probably won't be able to use all of them, could go into some kind of a tip in, flip out, some sort of construction. Okay, so let's look at where we could do this. Do I want a double spread? I guess that would make sense if I have some that are the same size, which I don't think I have. I use something like this, and I'll put this one here. And I can at least still use that image up there and these down here, and maybe just forget about this one. Oh, if only I had a copier or 2 issues of the magazine. Yeah, I need to keep this image because it makes me so happy. So there's no way around that, meaning I need to cut this down.
Straight out of the blue, she turns to me and says, "Hey you, what do you think about the name?" She has a weird but
This is so weird talking to you guys like this because I've never done this. I mean, I've done it with hauls or maybe with a, no, not even with a tutorial. But this is a very new experience. So I think that works out really nicely. That's gonna look great in the journal. And I think I want to ink this up. What a surprise. These are such great images. I'm so happy with this magazine. I was luckily able to get this, I think in January they had a reduced price for the subscription, yearly subscription. I don't remember how much it was, but I was so happy, of course, first of all, to get the reduced price, but also because this way I can have the English version, because here in Austria I can only get the German version, and I don't want it. I don't want the German version. Why has no one invented a square tipped glue stick? Like, we're always gluing square things, or I am at least, and I always only have this stupid round thing which never goes into the corners. Like, what is that? Has nobody thought about that? Has anyone ever seen a square tipped glue stick? I would love to know. Okay, so that part is done and I totally love it. Now, what do we do with all these lovely images? So my original thought was to do some kind of a flip out thing. And as I said, I have no idea how that should look. But obviously we're going to need something to fold out, right? So I was thinking we need some sort of cardstock. So I have chosen 3 different cardstocks, and this cardstock needs to have a front and a back because it's gonna be a fold out thing, right? So I was trying to find some options. I came up with 3 options that have a front and a back that are okay, and I wanted to have this vintage vibe. So these 2 definitely have the vintage vibe I'm looking for. And these are the back sides, which are okay. This one, I guess, is also an option. But maybe if we see against the papers, which one would be best? This one kind of looks boring, so I don't think that is not going to be that one. So it's either going to be this one. So I think this is pretty cute. That works well with the green here. And whoa, this is whoa, I think I could get dizzy looking at this. That's a lot of color happening there. But you know, you'll only see a little bit of it. Maybe that could work. That could be fun. And so the other option was this one. No, I'm not liking that bluish gray. So okay, choice is made. It's gonna be this one. Now, if only we could figure out what to do. Okay, so if we have the measurements for this page, then I could kind of draw that same rectangle here and then see how much room my flip outs have. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. To me, it makes sense. If I just kind of place that, of course, it would be great if I could measure. You know what? I have a center ruler, which is a ruler. I haven't had this long. I got this at the craft fair and I was so happy. I believe they have them on Amazon as well. It just makes life so much easier because that's a lot less calculating than you would need to do otherwise. So I'm gonna use my center ruler, meaning that it shows me the center, which is here. And if I just place it the same amount on the right and the left, I will see that zero, where zero is and which is the center. That was a horrible explanation. I'm sorry. Okay, so I can see the center is here. Now, what does that help me? Let me just draw two of those. Okay, so now I can connect these and make a line, and that will be the center. Hopefully, kind of. Thankfully, I'm not a doctor, so if I'm not that precise, it's actually totally crooked. Or is it? I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna go with this now because I have no patience for measurements. Okay, so this is my center. Now, if I know that my width is 11, I need to measure from each side of the line. I need to measure 5.5. Right, so we do 5.5 here, 5.5 here, and we do the same thing here. 5.5, 5.5. I actually have no clue if this is gonna make sense. If this is right, what I'm doing, but we'll see. As I said, it's logical to me, but that doesn't mean it's actually gonna work out. So now I just draw these, connect these as well. And yeah, it's totally crooked, but at least the whole thing is crooked. So at the end, hopefully you won't notice. All right, so that should be, well, we can check that. Is that the width of my thing? Need to do the same thing for the other. And we can double check to see if that is the height of the book. So now I know that this part is gonna be the back of my folder. And now I have these parts that I can use as fold out. So now, thinking logically, if I cut out these sides, then I should be able to have this fold thing.
Started out like any other. I took a stroll in the park, that's when I had it. It took a while before I figured it out.
Okay, now I grabbed my bone folder, and or maybe what I should do first is, sorry for that shaking, is erase these lines because we won't need those. If we just fold these up, and I've actually not made the decision yet which is gonna be my front side and which is gonna be the back side, but I'm just gonna fold them this direction now, and I can change it later if I want to change it. And the problem with this cardstock is always that when you fold it like this, I'll show you in a second, it kind of tears where you're folding it. Yeah, you can kind of see it here, which is such a bummer. But what can we do? It is what it is. So I can already see that this is crooked. So I'm gonna have to do some adjusting here with the cutting. Now, I was thinking that if we fold these in first, and then we have like a kind of folder thing, and if we put a ribbon or some kind of twine around it before we glue it down, we can then just close it like that, right? That makes sense. So now I just want to know which side do I want to have on top. No, I think I want the other one. Yep, I want this one because look how cute that is together. And I think I'm gonna put something over this anyway, but you will still see parts of it. Okay, so now that we know that, kind of have to fold this down a bit more. And you see this is totally crooked, so that cannot be, and also this is not totally straight. So how do we do this? Kind of looks like an envelope now because this is crooked, which I did not on purpose, but this is a little less crooked, so I think I will do the same thing here and cut a little more. Yep, that is awesome. But now you see inside, look at this. This is big, this is small. Okay, I'm gonna have to do some.
Just a good time, baby. Things are getting steady on the rooftop, baby. Sun is shining.
Yep, I can totally live with this. Yep. So now I'm gonna ink this up and speed it up while I'm doing that again. No. First, I want to have round corners, so I will do that first. Okay, now we have everything inked up, and I'm loving this. And I'm trying to see, okay, so this flap has to go over that one, and I want it to close this way. Okay, so now the next step is to see how we can make these images fit in here. So let's see what we have, and let's see what we can do with them. I also might want to keep this part where it talks about the caravan. And then the question is, do I want something on the front? Okay, let's see if I have enough images. Now I'm actually wondering. So this one could go here. I could just cut that off a little bit. That could be my centerpiece because it's the biggest.
Got nothing else to do. Come meet me on the rooftop, baby. The sun is shining on the rooftop, baby. This ain't just a good time, baby. Things are getting steady on the rooftop, baby. Yeah. Straight out of the blue, she turns to me and says, "Hey, you, what do you think about the name Dave?" She has a weird but cute smile on her face, and I scratched my head and stared her dead in the eye while I said, "Dave." Nah, I was thinking more like Fred or something.
And I think that is good the way it is. And now I want to have something here. So I have these two images left. So I was thinking, by doing the talking while I'm working, you guys have a little more insight into my thought process, because of course when I do the voiceover, I'm not gonna go through everything I was thinking, and of course I couldn't remember everything that I'm thinking either. So this way you really get to hear step by step what I'm trying to do. But I don't know, I'm really curious to see what you guys like better. Okay, so there's our little folder. That is quite nice. And now what is left to do is to put it in here. And before we glue it, we said we want to have like a bow or string or something to tie it down with. So let me just grab some options and see what we're gonna choose. One option I thought would be to use the same torn cheesecloth that I used as a closure. So you can see what that looks like. And then it's kind of short. I mean, it would work, but just barely. So that is that option. It's all right. It's not fantastic, but it's okay. Okay. Then we have this one from Raisa that I have used on my vintage sewing tag. So that is totally different. That would be less bulk, that's for sure, because this folder already has a lot of bulk. So I like that better than the cheesecloth. But let's see. Then I have this sari silk, which is this pink. Not sure. And then I have two lace pieces or trims. So I really like this one actually. I think it's very cute. That is cute, but it also adds a whole bunch of bulk. And if I make a bow, then that's really gonna add up. So, I mean, it's cute, but it's too much. Okay, and then we have this very thin one, which is also very cute. Let's see how that would look. That's a lot more delicate for sure. Doesn't add that much bulk. That is cute. I do like that a lot. So I'd say it's between this one and this one. I wish I could hear your opinions on this. But I think I'm gonna go for this one. Okay, so what is left to do is to glue this on and find the center approximately. That is the center. So I'm just gonna go do this with the glue stick. Just move that down, pop this on, move that back on top, make sure it's really the center. Okay, and now we're just gonna glue that whole thing in here, and I think I'm gonna use my tacky glue just because that thing is thick and I'm not sure how well it would hold up with the glue stick alone. So I'm just gonna generously put the glue on here. Okay. And now I think I need to really press this down. What do I do now to keep it? Okay, I think what I'm gonna do is just put some books on it or something, because otherwise it's not gonna stay like this. Okay, so I will show you this once it's once the glue has dried a bit, and yeah, then you'll see the final product. Okay. Okay, so it's approximately 30, maybe 30 minutes later. I have cleaned up the kitchen in the meantime and just tied this bow. So this is, I'm really happy that I chose this. I think it's so nice also with the teacup. I mean, teacups and lace, what a perfect combination. So now you can open it, and this is what it looks like. And I am quite happy with this. Yep, so there it is. So if you have this Daphne's diary, or if you don't, you can do this with any sort of, whatever you want to stick in there. You can, and you can do nicer, more exact measurements than I've done, but yeah, the base is what it is, and you can do that for any size. So I'm totally happy with this, and hope this was an inspiration for your own journals. So happy journaling. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Have a wonderful day. Bye.